G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 online video. In this video today, I'm going to show you the ultimate guide to complete the Cayo Perico Heist in the easiest and fastest way possible as a solo player in the year of 2025. If you find today's video helpful, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and help me reach 200,000 subscribers. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future content like this. Be sure to share it with a friend as well, as it may help them out. And without further ado, let's go. So to kick things off, we have got to get this Cayo Perico heist set up. First of all, you'll need to own a Kasatka. Just press right D-pad upon the planning screen here, and you'll pay the $100,000 fee to set up the Cayo Perico heist. Now, the first mission you're going to need to complete is the Gather Intel mission. You can also fast travel to a closer location to where you need to head to. In this instance, it is Lago Zancudo. As you guys can see, I've gone into the main cabin area of the Kasatka and just simply fast traveled to a closer destination. So from this point, you'll need to take out some enemies, and simply from this point, you will need to grab the plane and fly it to Cayo Perico. So it does take a little bit of time to get started and get off of your feet, but once you are in Cayo Perico or at Cayo Perico, just jump on this motorcycle here and follow the exact route that I'm taking on screen here to the communications tower. So you will want to sneak here, of course. That is the main goal of this. You're not wanting to attract any attention, you're not wanting to get caught by any guards. If you do so, one, this motorcycle is going to disappear, and two, if you get caught enough times, you will get thrown out of the island. So it's very important that you do follow the exact route that I am taking on screen here. It is the best, fastest, and easiest route without getting caught. So this part of this route here is a little tricky. This part here, you can easily just attract some attention. As you're going through the bushes, it is going to create some sound or noise. So just keep that in mind as well. But you'll want to jump over this section here, land on the opposite side, and sneak down the left flank here all the way around to that communications tower. Of course, when you get to this section here, be just a little more cautious when you're crossing the road here. Your minimap is going to be your best friend. I'm even going to show it to you in the gameplay just shortly that I will fall off the bike and still doesn't attract any attention. I don't get caught, and I still make it to the communications tower in a sneakily way. So one other thing I will point out is it looks a little overwhelming. If this is your first time doing the Cayo Perico heist, there's not a lot to worry about. You just need to get this down packed. Once you know the route, it's really simple. You'll just rinse and repeat it from then on out. It is very much going to be a rinse repeat cycle. So the next time you do the Cayo Perico heist and you do the Gather Intel mission, you're going to be able to achieve it very easily. As you guys can see, we've made it to the communications tower. There's going to be a signal box either on the bottom floor, or you'll need to climb the ladder and go up a few levels to find the signal box up top. So what you're trying to do here is you're aligning the left side with the right side, to put it simply, and you are trying to achieve the target number at the top of your screen. Your result number is at the bottom of your screen, and your value increase is displayed on the right. I've just placed a little graphic there to help you guys out. So once you have done that, once you are connected and your target number matches, you can go bring up the app on your phone in the bottom right hand corner, and you just need to search through the CCTV cameras, eventually getting to the basement camera, and that will display your primary target. Now, there's one other thing you'll need to do for this setup. You'll want to come to this location and be sure to unlock or scope the drainage tunnel. This is going to be our entry point. And when it comes to your loot bags and finding this, you want to find it early so that when you get into the finale, you know exactly where you need to go. So you can either take a photo of this room here. If not, if there's only one loot that is displaying there, not two on both tables, then what you can do is get a forklift, grab a pallet, jack it up, and just put it on this point here. Jump over the top and take a photo of this loot room here. So this will be very handy in your heist finale. There's also another room out the back side here. You can see there is both targets there for our loot bags. So that's everything you need to do for the Gather Intel mission. Head back to Los Santos. Now that you have completed your Gather Intel mission, you know what your primary target is, where your secondary or loot bags are located. Make your way back to the planning screen of the Kasatka. Make your way over to prep, and the first thing we're going to do is go for our target vehicle or our approach vehicle, which is the long fin. So I'm going to walk you through how to complete every setup, including the finale, so stick around. This one here, if you do have the Sparrow or the Sea Sparrow, it's going to be very handy getting to and from your Kasatka. You can see once we get to the La Mesa police station, we have been notified that a truck cab is located nearby, and we are going to need this to steal our long fin. So it's either going to be a regular hauler truck, or even better, it's going to be a phantom wedge, which is going to make it much easier when you're escaping the cops. So as you guys can see, we've gone to La Mesa police station. It may be a different police station for you depending on the mission. So once you have stolen the trailer with the long fin on it, one thing I would recommend you do, and this is just because I've done Cayo Perico so many times now, is I set a waypoint to the location of the drop-off point, even if I've got the police on me. So you can see that I know the location. It's pretty much at this point here. You will need to drive the Phantom Wedge or the Hauler Custom into this part or parking lot here, and you will need to also make sure you lose the cops. So you can hide here. Just make sure that you're not within a line of sight of the police radar, and you will lose them in no time, and the first setup mission is done. All right, your second setup mission, we're going to move on to equipment now. The first one is going to be a plasma cutter. So you will need to make your way to the safe house as displayed on screen here, and you will need to basically take a photo of the planning board. So just go to your Snapmatic phone, or go to your phone, bring up Snapmatic, take a photo and send it to Pavel. From this point, you'll need to steal the plasma cutter, so you'll need to go to another location. It's typically the same location here, and keep in mind enemies are going to be quite aggressive here, so you'll need to keep that in mind when going after the plasma cutter. But once you've done it, deliver it back to the Kasatka and you are complete. Your next setup mission is going to be under equipment. Once again, I'm going with the fingerprint cloner. Of course, you don't have to do it in this particular order, but this is the order I've gone ahead and done so. For this one, you'll need to take out those CCTV cameras. Personally, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. You're going to be notified, or the security guards in there are going to be notified. So once you've done this, you can go and hack the laptop by pressing right D-pad once you approach it. Complete the minigame, and from this point, you will need to sneak into the archive. This one, I would recommend you do definitely take out the CCTV cameras, and from this point, you can run to the back end of the room, steal the fingerprint cloner, and deliver it back to the Kasatka. Next up, we have got another equipment setup mission. This one is the cutting torch. So you will need to go to a construction site. It's recommended you have a flying vehicle, so a helicopter or an oppressor, something, or just a way. There's even lifts there. You could get to the top floor. Typically, this is where the construction helmet is going to be placed, and this is what you will want to put on in disguise, or the hard hat. That way, you are not alerting any of the fellow workers. So from this point, just search around till you find the blue cutting torch, deliver it back to the Kasatka, and you are done. Now, the final setup mission you'll need to complete is the weapon loadout. Now, I would go with the aggressor. This is one of the easiest missions, and just trust me, you're not going to use your weapon too much in the heist finale. It is a requirement. However, if you get the mission where you need to go to Merryweather HQ, simply just quit the job or just find a new session. Ultimately, the mission type you are trying to go for is one located at Schlongberg, Sachs. Yeah, interesting name. And also Vespucci 707. They're the two locations you're going to want to go to. The Merryweather HQ is just going to be a drag. It's going to take a long time to complete. So from this point, once you're inside of the office, it's going to look very much like your CEO office. You'll want to take out the enemies, make your way over to the gun locker. Now it's going to be locked. Just pivot the other way around and press right D-pad to hack the laptop. Again, a very simple minigame, just locating 4 digits or 4 sets of numbers. And now just turn the other way around, back to the gun locker, and open the gun locker and steal the weapon loadout. From this point, you can exit the office, deliver the weapons back to the Kasatka, and we are ready for the heist finale. All right, it is time. It is heist day. It is time to make millions of dollars in the game. Just accept that first alert, and you want to scroll over to the finale, go to start, and press X or A to begin. From this point, our approach vehicle is the long fin. Our infiltration point really doesn't matter, so you can just select either or. The compound entry point, we're obviously going the drainage tunnel. That's our only selection. Escape point doesn't matter. The one that does matter is the compound entry point, so just make sure that is set to the drainage tunnel. Our time of day, I have gone with day so I can see easier, and the weapon loadout, of course, is the aggressor. Make sure you have suppressors on your weapon loadout. Just equip your team mask style as well as your mask, and we are ready to begin the heist finale. So once you have loaded into the heist finale, from this point, you want to take a sharp left turn. For those on PlayStation, you can hold R1 or it's RT if you're on Xbox. That will help you pivot or take sharper turns when driving a boat in GTA Online. So from this point, you want to get onto land and you will want to make your way over to this hangar, which looks quite familiar from our setup. You want to take out this first guard. Make sure all of your takedowns are headshot kills as well. If you miss, the guard may get alerted. It's going to alert the whole island and you're going to have to restart the heist again. So approaching this first room here in this hangar, this is where we have used the cutting torch. I've just pressed right D-pad and that will unlock this gate. You can equip or basically take the loot that is displayed there. Another location is you go across the other way of the hangar here, take a left turn and jump on top of the roof here. I am waiting for that guard in that building or that little shack off the right side there to turn the other way. Simply drop down here, take out the CCTV camera, and then you will see this is our access to another room. As you guys can see though, there was only one bit of loot at each location, so one here, one at the other. What you will want to do if you're getting only one bit of loot at each location or either of those two rooms there, this is where you'll want to get the forklift, get the pallet, go up on top of it here and jump over the railing. From this point, you can see in this external room here, the third room I like to call it, we have got both sets of loot. So all you want to do, you'll definitely want to make sure that you are getting full loot bags. It's going to help you with the elite challenge. Now just jump straight back in the long fin and you want to go all the way around the perimeter of the island. So take a left turn at the perimeter or the end point here and just go and make your way towards the compound. But you'll see there is a little icon on our minimap that is displaying the drainage tunnel. So also press left D-pad if you're on controller to equip a rebreather. That's going to help you breathe underwater, and it's going to also help you or prevent you from drowning underwater in the game. So from this point, press right D-pad, you will see there is this moat or this gate here, and this is where our cutting torch we got in the prep helps us out. I usually like to go over each side 3 times. That is enough to cut open a side. And from this point, you can swim through the tunnel here and press right D-pad once you get to this main gate area here. From this point, I'm going to play things in real time. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get through to the main point, which we are aiming for. So take a left turn once you get to the top of the stairs here. Run across this side here, then take another left. Take a right. Jump over this railing here and you want to just stop around about here. Bottom left hand corner, you would have seen on our minimap, there's a guard to our right there. They have now turned the opposite way. So we're all clear to run up the stairs here and not all the way just yet. You want to make sure that you stop or halt here. So just stand by. There is a guard in our minimap or on our minimap that is headed our way right now. Soon as that guard passes, we are in the clear to move past them and we can run all the way up to El Rubio's main office. Once you get to the top floor, you'll want to go to this safe off to the right, press right D-pad to open it, and you can just collect the cash that is inside of there for an additional amount of money, which is going to give you a significant chunk more. Just get that key card that is lying on his desk there, and from this point you want to go to the keypad. Press right D-pad and you will be brought in to the mini game here, which is where a lot of people will get confused, but it's really quite simple. So you're trying to get the components to match the clone target on the right side. What I like to do is I get the first component matched up, the same as the fingerprint on the right hand side, then I do it the same for the second component. Then I just make one right click the third component, I'm going to do 2 clicks to the right, and the fourth component will be 3 clicks to the right, etc, etc. So once you have successfully completed the print clone mission, you will be down in the vault. So for this one, I actually had the Panther statue in 2025. I didn't complete it when it was available back last year, but from this point, you want to get the plasma cutter. Press right D-pad to start. Essentially, you want to get the heat marker not too hot, but to a point where it's almost at the full capacity, and eventually just keep threading the needle with that and you will unlock or basically break through the glass. So just grab the component, your primary target is now captured, and you can see the bottom right hand corner, our take there. So we're not done just yet. A lot of people do often fail the Cayo Perico heist at this point. So you want to stay stationary here. You'll see there's guards to your left and to your right. So just stay to a point where you can see this guard on the right here will turn towards our direction. Then they will pivot the complete opposite way that is your exit. Run towards the exit gates, and from this point, press right D-pad at this yellow circle. It's going to be a cutscene that you'll need to go through, but your character is safe, ready, good to go. You're pretty much good to go. All you need to do from this point, once you're on foot, is get up our weapon, take out this guard by this bike here, jump on the motorcycle, and ride towards the sunset. No, literally, like ride towards the sunset. As you guys can see, I did get caught, or basically I alerted one of the guards, but it's all good by this point. What you'll want to do is swim down underground, pretty much as deep as the ocean can go, and just keep swimming. That's all I would just suggest from this point. You're not going to get caught. Just maybe pivot left and right from time to time again. Eventually, you can stop swimming once you're out into the deep depths of the water. And from this point, you are complete with the Cayo Perico heist. So that will be it. You will have completed it with the Elite Challenge. Under 15 minutes, you'll make $2 million solo. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share it with a friend. Take care. See you in my next video.